moment.
Mm-hmm. Certainly true.
You know, the threat is much fiercer for us, and your top priority at this moment, if I may say so, Mr. Blair, is because you've brought it out that it's not if we're going to be attacked, but we are going to be attacked. When are we going to be attacked? And remember, in America, those terrorists lived, and they planned it all in America, and they used the American planes to kill. It wasn't missiles, it wasn't, you know, and it's up to you, I think, to really make this your top. Iraq is being done by the inspection, and they're going in and they're keeping up, and I'm sure you and America with their planes are keeping their eye on Saddam and seeing just what he's at. And I don't believe for 1 minute he's going to get whatever things he's hidden there out to the terrorists while you are inspections are going, and that is not killing anybody. It's not killing anybody.
Please let the Prime Minister.
Just one more point, Mr. Blair. You are a man that has come across in our country, and I know I've spoken to lots of women who, you know, when you came into power and you spoke on the television and the media, they said, this man, he comes across as a genuine man, a family-orientated man, a man who's not only a Christian, but a church-going Christian. Now, to me, Mr. Blair, what you're going to do, and I'm sure you're going to do it, you and Mr. Bush, you're going to go and now bomb Iraq. You don't know how many people like me that's going to suffer so much. My
Should we
life
let the
is
Prime Minister
finished.
answer that now, please?
Well, I'm doing it because I think it's the right thing to do, and I hope even at this stage we can avoid conflict, actually. I still think it's possible that we can, although I do think our chances of avoiding it are reduced if we show him any sign of weakness. And look, in the end, you've got to decide. I mean, you know, we are a democracy. People can believe what they want to believe. But the reason I am pursuing such a tough line in Iraq is that I genuinely think there is a danger here. And you began your question by saying that there are other countries that are a threat too. There are. But none of those other countries will take the international community seriously if we deal with Iraq after 12 years of trying to deal with them in a weak way.
I'm sorry, Prime Minister, just a couple of final points. What sort of deal are you working on to try and secure the passage of this second resolution?
We're talking to all the other countries about how we ensure that we can make a proper judgment as to whether Saddam is fully cooperating or not. I mean, it is a matter of consensus, I think, that he has to be disarmed, that he poses a threat, that he has to cooperate fully and immediately, and we know he's not doing that at the moment. And what we're talking about with other countries is, well, how do we define that for people properly so that the international community can make a sensible and proper judgment? Because I think that is the area where, at the moment, there are difficulties between countries.
Regardless of what happens in this war, Prime Minister, some of your colleagues at Westminster are talking not about regime change in Baghdad, but about regime change at Westminster.
Well, these are all questions that people can speculate on. What I'm trying to do is do what I believe is right for the country. And as I've said to people here who don't agree with me, and you know, one of the reasons I'm doing programs all over the news media and all over the country with people who don't agree with me is because I want at least to have a dialogue, and even if we don't agree, you can at least understand why I'm saying what I'm saying, and I understand what you're saying and the reasons for it.
But if this goes badly, you're finished really, aren't you?
Well, let's wait and see, Trevor, shall we, about that, as to whether it goes badly, because I don't intend it to go badly. I'm working to get the second UN resolution.
But if it does, I mean, you must think that, you know, in the sort of dark hours before the morning, if it does go badly.
Let's get the job done, which we're trying to do, which is the disarmament of Iraq, hopefully by peaceful means. But if not, we have to make sure that the will of the UN is enforced.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As we ended, 5 out of the 18 members of our panel showed their displeasure by slow hand-clapping the Prime Minister. But what did the others think?
I think Mr. Blair is a very clever politician. I think if I spent 24 hours feeding him different questions, he'd come out with the same answers each and every time.
Even without a second resolution, they're going for it.
Having met the Prime Minister today, I now have the impression that he has already made his mind up.